No tricks, only plenty of treats in store for you as we reach the Halloween weekend and we reach the halfway stage in the Tennent's Premiership and Tennent's National Leagues. We're starting in the Premiership at Mansfield Park where Hawick were hoping to continue their unbeaten start at home. Up against them and looking to cause them a scare was league leaders Marr. Despite a positive start from the visitors, it was the home side who went in front. Morgan Tate capitalised on a loose pass from Callum Ingalls and Tate chased his own kick and won the foot race to open the scoring. Marr hit back straight away. After a solid set-up from the forwards, the ball found its way wide to Jamie Shedden to score out wide.
Yeah, new advantage for the high tackle. 3. Get up, get up!
Hawick went back in front courtesy of a Kirk forward penalty, but their lead didn't last long. Marr got themselves back in the league through Conor Bickerstaff. He went over from close range, marking his 200th appearance for the club in style. The home side kept their composure, however, and managed the game well. Kirk forward slotted 2 penalties in quick succession to regain the lead. Bird was involved again and his brilliant pass set up Stuart Graham to score, with forward kicking the extras to go in, leading 21-12 at the break. Into the second half and Marr made it a 2-point game after flying Kurt Mackenzie Pearce spun off the back of a line out to score. Man of the match Kirk Ford was once again involved in Hawick's third try of the day. His delicately placed chip found the grateful hands of Ronan McKean, who ran in to score in the corner. Hawick defended for their lives in the final stages and held on to claim a big win and cut the gap on the top 2 in the table. There were 3 other matches across the Tennent's Premiership. At Maleny Park, Curry thumped Musselburgh, running in 9 tries to 0, the biggest winning margin in the Premiership this season. Fergus Scott, Joe Reynolds and Ryan Southern all scored a couple of tries each, putting them in good shape for next week's clash with Hawick. 2 sides struggling for form met in the Borders as Selkirk entertained Aberdeen Gr. It was a home side who ran out comfortable winners in the end, picking up a bonus point in the process to give them a much needed second win of the season. £70 points were shared between Edinburgh Accies and Glasgow Hawks in a game that went right down to the wire at Rayburn Place. It was a case of attack versus attack with 11 tries scored throughout the day. Hawks had the chance to salvage a draw with the last kick of the game, but Brim slipped at the vital moment, leaving Accies winner by 2 in the end. Taking a look at the tables now, and the win for Curry coupled with Marr's defeat means that Curry go to the top of the Tennent's Premiership. Selkirk are up to 7th with their victory against Gr. GHA against Jed Forest was postponed, the second time GHA have been called off in the last 2 weeks. They'll be hoping to blow off the cobwebs when they entertain Musselburgh at Braidholme next week. At the top of the table, Curry hosts Hawick, which is set to be a cracking encounter. To Tennent's National 1 now, and despite there only being 3 matches, there was no shortage of points. We are at Goldenacre for our feature game. Heriot's go into this 4 wins from 4. On the contrary, their Edinburgh rivals Boroughmuir were winless in their last 5. It wasn't long before the home side got their first points of the day. A quick tap and goal from Craig Robertson and he was over after just 4 minutes. Heriot's made it 14-0 shortly after with Robertson's second try of the afternoon. And Heriot's winger completed his hat-trick just on the 15-minute mark. The ball was worked wide and Robertson ran in for the easiest of scores. Heriot's had the bonus point wrapped up shortly after. Lewis Gowanlock, the man, adding Heriot's 4th try of the day. And it was 5 tries after 20 minutes. Standoff Dom Martin adding the points. Boroughmuir's day went from bad to worse. Ross Hutchinson pushed over the line to make it 6 tries for Heriot's. Lewis Govanlock got his second try of the day. Once he got going, there was no stopping him and he ran in unchallenged. Boroughmuir made matters worse for themselves. A mess up at the back of the defence and some good feet from Ross Steele continued to add to the visitors' misery as the lead became 50. Peter Burns was the next man to get in on the action, scoring Heriot's 8th try of the day, still in the first half. Rory Steele ran in for Heriot's 9th try of the day and the 2nd try of his own. Jacob Lenine, son of former Scotland international Sean Lenine, joined in on the action, scoring Heriot's 10th try of the day at half-time. Into the second half now, and Heriot's refused to back down. They added their 11th try of the day through Callum Anderson. Credit to Boroughmuir, they didn't give up and they got a consolation try in their first points of the day. Heriot's hit back though, Ali Johnson bouncing off a few tackles to score again for the home side. The visitors were looking for some consolation and at least to get a bonus point out of the game, and they got their second try shortly after, Stuart Ferguson powering over. 2 became 3 moments later, Thomas Gracie getting their 3rd try of the day and keeping the bonus point dream alive. But Boroughmuir couldn't add any more after this, and Heriot's wrapped up the rout with one last try from Jacob Lenine to send the Blues top of the table. It was a much closer encounter on the west coast where Ayr hosted Watsonians. The Edinburgh side pushed Ayr all the way, but in what has been their story of the season so far, they did not have enough to get over the line, losing by 3 points in the end. At Poynter Park, Kelso built on last weekend's win at Boroughmuir with a victory against Dundee. It's been a stop-start season for the Tayside team, who have struggled to build momentum at key points with multiple postponements and defeats at key moments. Taking a look at the table now, and we've got new league leaders in Heriot's. They go above Gala and Biggar, who have both got games in hand after being postponed this weekend. Elsewhere, Ayr are up to 2nd and Kelso go above Highland in mid-table. Coming up this weekend, there are big games to look forward to. Gala face a difficult trip to the north to take on Highland. Biggar host Boroughmuir, while Melrose take on Ayr. Looking at Tennent's National 2 now, and Dumfries Saints had the opportunity to close the gap on leaguers GHK after the Glasgow side's match at Kirkcaldy was postponed. They narrowly beat Newton Stewart by 1 point to remain a point off the top. Elsewhere, Glasgow Accies comfortably dispatched Whitecraigs to go above Preston Lodge, who lost to Falkirk. Some big games to look forward to at the weekend. The top 2 meet under the lights on Friday night, and the bottom 2 are also in action against each other on Saturday as Whitecraigs travel to Fife. In Tennent's National 3, Lasswade made it 8 wins from A after beating Strathmore to stay top of the table. They extended their lead on West of Scotland in 2nd, who were beaten by Berwick in the only other game played this weekend. Berwick's win keeps them in 5th, but on the same points as Fife and Hillhead Jordan Hill, and only 1 point behind West of Scotland. They'll be looking to bounce back from that loss as they travel to the west of Scotland to take on Ardrossan, whilst Berwick will be hoping to keep their momentum going as they host Strathmore. So at the halfway stage, it's all change at the top, and it's the teams from the capital who lead the way. In the Premiership, Curry are in top spot, closely followed by Marr and Hawick. And in Tennent's National 1, Heriot's have made it 5 wins out of their last 5, and they find themselves in pole position. Don't forget, we're back here at BT Murrayfield, where Scotland take on Australia, and if we don't see you there, we'll see you next week.